Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk.
Ooh, the talking of trash.
You're talking to trash right now for sure. This is episode 73 and we're here with a little bit of new, a little bit of old. We're mixing it up. So we're here to talk about Happily Ever After season 5, episode 1. And then also, right after we finish that, we're going to talk about the Tell All part 3, the couples tell more.
I'm ready. I'm here for it.
I couldn't believe they were telling more, Noelle.
But how did they have more to say, honestly?
I really don't know. But if you're looking for more that Noelle and I say, you can go to Patreon, patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast. And you can join our Patreon for over 100 bonus episodes of podcasts.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
You can join our secret group. It's so amazing. And guys, as always, if you want to talk about the show and the podcast with us, please don't DM us. We don't have the bandwidth. That's my new... Noelle loves when I say that. But no, go in the group and let's discuss it in there because we just cannot keep responding to so many DMs. But we appreciate every single one of you.
No, you're so right. My bandwidth is burning out.
It's burning out. You're going to have to do a backup soon. Because your computer is going to be full. So go on to Facebook and join 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk on Facebook. It's a group. It's amazing. Let's jump right into this. We're going to start off with Colt. I don't know if you guys remember Colt. Do you remember Colt?
Oh, I remember Colty Larissa.
Okay, well, let me tell you. They have a song called Mr. Vegas playing when we open the scene.
The Eat, Train, Crush, Sleep. Or Sleep, Crush. Yes.
I am dying at this song.
Whoever did his soundtrack for the episode, it was very funny.
It was hilarious.
Uh-huh.
So Colt has become more of a character than a person.
Yes, he's a caricature.
So he's working out in the garage, and they're really like focusing on him.
Yeah, but like, are they doing that to be like jerks?
Yes.
Okay.
Then he talks about Larissa, about how 4 days before their wedding, she had gotten arrested for the first time for domestic violence.
Right.
Colt,
so basically, he
please.
just kept calling the cops on her to control her. That's
Sure.
what happened.
And then you see a little flashback of their wedding. There are 6 people there.
Oh, that everyone likes them.
I counted. It was 6. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then you see him chugging Jack Daniels. These are all flashbacks. And he's like, oh, it would have been our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, and Deb's like, I'm so glad she's not here.
Deb is just happy that her boyfriend is back.
Okay, honestly, they're in love.
She's like, I'm so glad that me and Colt are back together. We started sleeping in the same bed again now that Larissa's gone.
We adopted another cat. Right.
We adopted 6 more cats, and we don't have to hide our love anymore.
It was like a bad porn because she was like, maybe I should try lifting this weight.
That was hilarious. So Deb comes in while he's... She's like, you look really good, baby girl. And he's like, thanks, Toots. And she's like, that weight looks really heavy. I bet even I couldn't lift it up. And he's like, oh, please, you're strong too. Oh, it was disgusting.
That's terrible.
And then, so she thinks that they're back together. And then he breaks out. He tells her, I'm ready to date. And she's like, no. It's way too soon. No,
you're not.
No. Me and you.
Yep. Me and you forever.
Well, guess what? He already has a girlfriend. He doesn't tell his mom. Her name is Jess. She's a redhead. She's 26. She's Brazilian.
I'm shocked.
And she lives in Chicago. She's a Brazilian au pair on a visa.
Right. And her visa is up in 6 months.
No. Well, he's going to go to Chicago to see her for the second time. So apparently they met in Vegas the first time.
Right.
And now but I think they met online.
Oh, I'm sure they met online.
Yeah. So now we see Larissa. Larissa's 33 years old now, and she's cleaning bathrooms in coveralls.
Okay, Tracy, she looks like Michael Jackson.
I don't know what happened to her. Something not good happened to her.
Oh, very bad things.
Well, she got arrested 3 times for domestic violence, and then she moved in with her friend. She's now dating Eric, and she's doing community service because her sentence got reduced to disorderly conduct.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what she did to herself. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
All right. So she lost weight. She got her butt done. She got Botox. She got her nose done. She got her lips done. She got her chin done. She got her cheeks done.
But her face does not move. Is that just the Botox?
Well, I don't know if you heard me, but she got her Botox, she got her nose done, she got her lips done, she got her chin done, and she got her cheeks done.
Listen, I'm never going to make fun of her body. Her body always looks sick. Like her butt, it looks dope. But her face, not okay. Those lips, very bad time.
I don't know what happened. So she has a pool date with her friends Heather and Hannah.
Right.
And so it turns out she breaks up with Eric because there was no physical attraction to her, because there actually are rumors that Eric might be homosexual.
Really? Interesting.
Lots of rumors. So we'll see what happens with that.
So they're basically like they were friends.
Right. So now her friend asks if Colt has a large genitalia.
And she's like, not too biggy, but not small.
She said, not too biggy, but not small like a dog.
She's very funny. I missed her. She's very funny.
So she misses that Colt was attracted to her.
I can understand that, though. He was always complimenting her.
Yeah, but remember he wasn't, and then she started flipping out, and she's like, you never compliment me.
Right, but now, listen, when you look back, you always romanticize things.
Absolutely. So now Heather's like, don't worry, girl, I'll help you. I've been engaged 13 times.
That's like Danielle Staub on Real Housewives of New Jersey. 19 times she was engaged.
Okay, well, maybe that might be you. That might be you. Mm-hmm. So Colt canceled her green card, and he pulled her affidavit of support. I don't know if you could do that, or maybe it was because of the court cases he was able to do that.
That's what I was thinking. It's got to be from the court cases.
So her dream is to one day bring her kids from Brazil. Mm-hmm. So now Larissa's making turkey with Carmen in the United States. But, okay. These two friends met in Brazil.
Yes.
And then they met again in Vegas.
Very interesting how that happened, right? Curious.
Interesting. So now she takes the turkey neck out of the turkey.
That's my husband's favorite part of the turkey. I want you to know.
I bet it is.
It is. No, it is. He eats the neck.
Well, that's not what Larissa said it was.
What? Oh, she thought it was the weenus.
Yeah, she did. So I don't know what they're stuffing this turkey
I know.
with.
It looks
like
cabbage.
salad.
Right. Yeah, it looked like salad.
I know. I think it was celery, but it looked like a salad.
Oh.
So then she says to the turkey, she goes, "Oh, that's a big boy. Oh, Colt."
I like how she's like, I cook eggies, I cook beans, I cook rices. I just love her.
So she's going to apply for her own green card. I don't know how that works.
I was going to ask you about that. Like, what? She can apply for her own?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So now, on the other hand, Colt is going to go see Jessica, but he won't tell Deb why he's going to Chicago. So he's like, hey, Mom, I'm going to see my friends. You don't know them. They live upstate. They go to a different school.
And she's like, okay.
She's like, I'm suspicious.
She's on to him.
So now he goes to a sports bar to meet up with Jessica in Chicago. She's wearing a lace romper with her butt falling out of the bottom.
And heels. Where are you going, girl? She
visa
calls him
expires.
baby.
Oh.
Baby.
Her visa expires in 6 months, but she really wants to stay here.
Right. And it just so happens she meets a guy who's done this before. He's seasoned at getting girls here from Brazil.
Well, he used to have 15 cats, and she has 2.
But they're weird. I don't know. There was some weird like sex talk happening here. Like it was like I didn't like it. I was very
She said that in Brazil they kiss and they have sex on the first date. And he goes, "Okay, well, would you like to come to my hotel for the sex?" And
Not
then she
good.
goes, "Oh!" And then she pours a beer all over herself.
But like all over her boobies, her face, everything. And it's like, was that supposed to be sexual? I don't know.
So now she says in the confessional that she loves him. She goes, "I love Colt."
Yeah, what? And she's like, that's my man. I love him.
Oh, she is really going hard for this green card, I'll tell you that. So Larissa has to leave the U.S. If she can't get a green card. So she asked her dad for help.
Right.
And she wants to get hot chocolate at this cafe with a straw.
Yeah, I love it.
She doesn't know how to say straw.
She says strap.
And then she makes a sucking motion. And the girl's like, do you want a straw? Now, I think that's because she probably just got her lips done.
Oh, okay. That makes sense because they're probably sensitive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now her daughter is with her dad. And
Right.
her son, she said that's harder to stay in contact with him.
Right. Yeah. She had like all these issues with her son's dad, though.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I remember she was like saying that, like, I don't want to be wrong. Maybe he was trans or he was transitioning. It was something along these lines.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
So she said that her mom is very discreet.
Yeah,
So
I
she
don't.
doesn't have
Her
anything to
mom
say.
doesn't ask questions. She has nothing to say. It's like, okay.
So the father asked if she'll get back with Eric because he doesn't want anything to do with her. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it seems like he's like, no, stay there. Like, don't come back here. Your
Like
kids
they're
are
all
better
kind of
off.
yeah, they're kind of like opportunists. So he said that he's like, you have kids in Brazil, but like I'm really glad that you're following your dream. And then the get this green card dream.
Right.
That's
It's
a
like,
quote.
what does that mean?
I don't know. So she asked him for $5,000 to pay for the green card application.
Right.
And he's like, okay, I'll send you half now and half later. Just please don't come back here.
Listen, if it was that easy, imagine I could just call my mom and be like, can I have $5,000?
Call her dad.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm just going to call him from now on.
Well, Colt is super excited to get laid. His words, not mine.
Ugh.
And he's kissing her in the back of the cab, and he goes, my girl. And she goes, my boy.
Gross.
And then she said that she loves him, and she wants him to claim her.
Right, because he told Mama Deb he went to go see a friend, and she didn't
Right, but
like
she's
that.
she's playing this game with him.
Right, of course she's playing this game. Yeah, but
I love it.
I don't know if he's going to fall for it with her because he fell for it with Larissa.
He's not as dumb as this girl thinks he is.
Yeah, because he's saying basically like, no, I'm not rushing. We have a long
Sure.
while to go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's talk about Angela and Michael. Angela's now 53 years old, and she's in a dance class with a fur vest.
But her daughter has on a fur vest too. That's mental illness, Tracy.
Okay, well, guess what? She thought that she was just going to be a tax-paying Meemaw, and then she met Michael.
Michael.
He was waiting on his visa interview, and then they find out that he is going to be recommended to be ineligible.
Right.
But, she got really worked up in this workout class, and so she had to drink a Pepsi or a Coke.
That's me. That's who I am.
I know. She has to think about her age, though. She has to, hurry up this marriage because they have to have a baby.
It's like, what? What are these women thinking?
I don't know. But why does she need a witness to marry Michael in Nigeria? And Lisa didn't need a witness.
I don't know. That's what they had. I remember that's what they recommended to her, that she needed a witness. It's very confusing.
So she wants Skyla to go. Why doesn't she just ask baby girl Lisa?
She should just ask baby girl Lisa because Skyla is not interested. Skyla's like, no, thanks.
I know. She moved into a brand new house. I'm using finger quotes when I say house.
I knew you were.
It's going to be her daughter, the one that's not in jail.
Right. Skyla, right?
Her 6 grandkids and her mom. So
all those kids aren't Skyla's kids, right? The daughter that's in jail, some of them are her
Yes.
kids too, right?
Some of them
Okay.
are hers.
That's what I
Right.
thought.
So now she's smoking in the house, and she's sitting in her bedroom smoking a cigarette, telling Michael that she has a severe cold and her period.
That was interesting. And she's had her period for 4 days now.
And she hasn't had it in 2 years. So now she finishes her cigarette in her bedroom while she's sick. And then she tells all the kids that just come home from school, go in my bedroom where I was smoking to go watch TV.
Sounds like my childhood.
So now she gives us a tour of the house. Mama is in a hospital bed in the living room.
Oh, that's sad.
And then she's like, and then this is Marley's room and the bathroom. Who's Marley?
I don't know. Who is Marley?
Question mark. So now she's on the phone with Michael, and his phone rings. And she starts screaming. She's like, that's a ringtone. You're not allowed to have ringtones.
Right, like she thought it was a special ringtone. Like, you know how when I was younger, I would have say Beyonce play if Matt called or something. Is that kind of what it
year
was?
was that?
I know, right? Like 1999. But like, what does she think?
Also, Michael's in the dark. There's not a light. You can't see anything.
He's always in the dark, though.
And she gets so mad. So she's in the middle of the tour and she goes, all right, well, guess what? There's a lake. Here's the house and I'm done. Goodbye.
And goodbye. But she is like baby girl Lisa. She flies off the handle so fast.
I know. Well, she doesn't feel good. So she needs another cigarette. And she needs to smoke up this double wide. That's what's happening right here. And now, do you notice that she got a brand new breast tattoo? It looks very crispy.
It is so close to her nipple, though. It is so close.
Well, guys, don't worry because we find out that it was not a girl that called him. It was his mechanic.
And she's like, Michael, your mechanic don't have no special ringtone.
And he's like, baby, I have a 2005 Camry that needed to be serviced.
Oh, God.
With the gold package.
People are such a mess. Ooh, the gold package.
Let's talk about Elizabeth, who is 29 now, and Andre, who's 33.
I didn't realize she was so young either.
Yeah, we open up the scene, and he's doing a lot of handymanning.
And meanwhile, I'm thinking it's like, oh, maybe he has a job. No, he's hanging up their TV.
Yes. So they've been married for 3 years. And they just moved into a new single family home.
And let me guess. Libby's dad paid for it.
Well, Andre is a homestay dad.
Yeah.
So she sounds like she has a cold when she's taping this.
She always sounds like she has a cold,
I think so too.
Yep.
So they're talking about having a second wedding in Moldova.
Right.
So they go to her dad's birthday party, and Andre is wearing a blouse and skinny jeans, and
it's amazing because I like him so much and I hate him at the same time.
I know. Well, she's wearing a mini skirt and a purple mini skirt and a see-through top.
She's dressed like Prince.
I don't understand what's happening.
Why? And she's got like bell sleeves. I don't get it.
You're going to your dad's house
That's
for like
what I
some
mean.
pizza.
Everybody needs to see like boobs. Come on.
This is ridiculous. So she's always late to everything. That's like their thing.
Gross.
And so now they get to the party and he tells them, when the man is happy, everyone's happy.
I mean, listen, she puts up with his shit. So
sure.
Whatever.
So now he makes a toast on her father's birthday and he says, to Chuck, thanks for all the cash. I like your cash. Also,
money.
I like when you give us money, and I also like when you give us checks.
Yes, money.
And he goes, and by the way, I'm organizing a wedding in my country, and you're all invited. It's tomorrow.
Seriously, I mean, listen, I get why they were all irritated, for sure.
Okay, but I would just be like, okay, I'm not going. I'm not here. I'm not angry.
You know that these people are so dramatic, though.
They're know.
So dramatic.
So now he said it's going to be in a month or so. He's saying that they all need to come because they need to baptize the baby there, and they have to be married to baptize the baby.
Right.
And he said that he will not be flexible on this because, and this is a quote, the football field will not wait for the football players.
Right. He's funny.
Let me ask you a question. If the football players don't show up, the football field plays the game?
Yes, the game still goes on because the grass plays, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that wasn't great. So her brother
also, I didn't know her brother-in-law was from Denmark.
Interesting, right?
Yep. Yeah. Interesting. I did not know that.
So her brother doesn't want to go to Moldova. He tells them basically Google it.
Right, but is Moldova safe?
No.
Or is it like a bad place? I didn't know that.
It's question mark.
Okay.
So they're the least happy people in the world, Moldovians.
Right. Uh-huh.
Okay. It's the least happy nation in the world. And they're very poor because the country's only been around for like 20 years.
Right.
They've only been a country for 20 years. And they're poor and they're landlocked.
Because I don't think I remember that from first grade, Moldova being on the map.
No, it wasn't even there.
No.
So
it's new to me.
It's a landlocked country. So what happens is there's not a lot of, it's very high price for goods because they don't have a port.
Right. Like they're not getting things delivered to them. Right.
Exactly. Like they have no Amazon Prime.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah. I'm just saying like they probably do have Amazon Prime.
Right. And they're paying super high for everything, of course.
Exactly. They're paying the shipping.
I couldn't live in a place that I had to pay for shipping.
Exactly. So now they're in their brand new pickup truck and they leave the party. She's super angry and he accuses her of not wanting the wedding. It's not a real wedding.
No, it's not a real wedding. Also, he's not planning. He hasn't even started planning it yet because he hasn't paid for anything.
You don't have any money. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are you like? Ooh, we're going to have turkey.
Right. You're not planning anything. Please.
Well, she doesn't want to rush it. And he says that the father of the bride pays. And Andre paid for his own first wedding, ?
Well, that's from his savings from when he worked 10 years ago.
Sure. And then he said that her father is obligated to pay.
But, I love how he didn't mention this to the father. She has to, though.
Yes, she has to ask him to pay.
And then
that's it.
He's like, no, you promised me. Like, he turns things against her a lot.
No negotiation.
Yeah, no,
right,
he's not someone I could marry.
Now, let's talk about another couple that should get divorced.
Okay, Asuelu and Kalani?
Yes.
Because I can't with these two.
So he works, this is what I figured out.
Okay.
He works for a company that does like product displays kind of thing.
Yes.
So they send him to different places to do the samples.
Yeah, listen.
He's a demonstrator.
I would be there for a free yogurt sample.
Well, they live in Utah. They have 2 kids. One of them's 1 year old. One of them's 3 months old.
Yeah.
He works for Dixie Nutrition. He's the sample guy.
Right.
And he said that about the yogurt. He says, I hope it's not make me diarrhea.
Me too. Listen, I know. Me too.
So the parents moved in with them.
Mm-hmm.
This is not good.
But, okay. Why did they move in? Because she gets no help from him. I'm sure that has to be the real
but they also
reason.
don't have any money.
Oh, yeah, because she doesn't work.
Do you remember? So they moved to Utah. That's their parents' second house.
Yes, I remember this. Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't their house. You remember when they moved in, her brother moved.
Right, because her parents lived in California. Yes.
Right. So maybe they go back and forth, and right now they're living there.
Okay. Well,
because maybe her sisters are in the other house. They like kind of shuffle around.
Yeah.
So Asuelu, he does not help with her, and he says that the mom's job in Samoa is not very hard. You just take care of the kids and you just clean.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare, basically, to me. And
yes.
I think that a lot of men discount stay-at-home mothers, though.
Yes, for sure. So he has volleyball and video games after work, but he only works part-time.
Well, yeah, but he takes volleyball very seriously, Tracy.
Well, she wants to go on a date, and she loves that her parents live with them.
Oh, of course she loves it because her mom probably does everything in the house.
Yeah.
And her dad yells at Asuelu.
Yep. So now they go outside to the apple tree, and the dad says that Asuelu hasn't stepped up. He only works part-time.
Mm-hmm.
And he dropped out of college.
The problem with Asuelu is, just like you and I talk about a lot, like, he has no drive.
He's 24.
Yeah, he's a kid. He has no drive. He's like, whatever. I'm here. I'm in America. I'm very happy.
Right, or like, send me back too. That's fine too.
Right.
So the father, Lo, he doesn't like that he goes out after work. And he says that if he doesn't step up, then he's basically going to fight him or send him back.
To Samoa.
Samoa.
Send you back to Samoa.
Okay, so that was the entire episode. I'm sure that we're going to get pretty deep into that. Now let's talk about the couples tell more. This is part 3 of the tell all. This is season 4, episode 101 of Before the 90 Days.
Wow.
I enjoyed this more than I should have.
Okay, this tell all was a good time. It went by quick. I did not mind watching it.
All right, so we go back to David and Lana, who is this is like, they could keep doing this every week.
I want to watch a show just about this.
Yes. So David and Lana. So Ed brags about not having to pay for a website.
He's such an asshole.
Ed,
he really
shut
is.
up.
Shut up.
Ed, you're better than David?
Yeah, at least David has a neck, Ed. Sorry.
So David said that she can't leave the website because she will break U.S. IMBRA law. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Tom dated an Argentinian that did not speak English. Tom is like, hey guys, can I just say something?
Can I just interject here?
And David's like, yeah, well, it's illegal in the US. And Tom's like, okay. I dated an Argentinian woman and I was allowed to talk to him. And he's like, yeah, that's because you live in the UK.
Right. It's
and
like,
Tom's
what
like,
is he talking about?
David is making word salad.
Yes. He is backtracking, backpedaling. He has no idea what he's talking about.
David's processor in his head is overheating right now.
His bandwidth.
Yes. So now we talk about buying rings, and he goes to the ring guy and he tells him, I want less than a diamond.
Right. Like shiny.
So now they replay the proposal. David is crying watching it. And then Stephanie was like, oh, that was nice, David.
That's how you know she has no
Stephanie's
soul.
crazy.
Yep.
She doesn't. So it turns out that he only got her less than a diamond because she wanted to pick out the ring. So he got her a fake one as like a placeholder.
Oh, I get that though. But she also doesn't know her ring size. But I didn't like the way he said it though.
Well, he needs to go there
Mm-hmm.
to pick out the ring with her because she can't do it by herself. And David said there's no way that Lana can get her ring size. There's just no way.
Right. So she's never had a piece of jewelry in her entire life, he says, and that there's no way that she can get her ring size.
Or she doesn't have hands. She
Right.
also doesn't have hands. It's illegal.
They don't make jewelers are illegal in Russia, Ukraine, Russia.
Also, you can't get a diamond ring sized.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a waste of money.
He's like anyone whose name starts with the letter D has to, by law of the U.S., has to travel over 20 times to the Ukraine
in order to marry someone.
Just in general.
Yeah.
Not even just where you get executed immediately. So he said that this is the greatest part. He's proposed to 4 other women or 3 other women, including Lana. That's 4.
Yes.
And 2 got real diamonds. And the other ones, they just didn't get their rings yet.
Yeah, it's like, what does that mean? Yet.
Are they getting their rings? Are you engaged to 4 different women right now?
I need to have a personal conversation with David.
No, you don't, because it's not going to go well. Tom tried that.
I also think he would punch me in the face. I think he's scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Stephanie said that Ed complained about spending $2 on Rose. Stephanie's basically defending David to Ed, and Ed's like, okay, listen, I'm a creep, but like, I know that I'm on Earth right now.
Yeah, but Ed also thought that was the funniest thing ever when she said that. He was giggling.
It's so stupid. He's not going to fight with these morons.
Right.
So now let's talk about Tom and Darcy. The letter. So Tom wants to read the letter, and Darcy's like, okay, cool. You could read the letter. I'm going to BRB. I'm going to put you on mute. I'm going to throw my phone in the toilet, and then we're going to be back. So Tom's like, okay, fine. If she doesn't want me to read it, then I won't read it. So he said it was a love letter for their past and an apology. And then it's kind of like only Tom is recording and there's no Zoom involved.
Yes.
And they cut in him reading it to himself. And he says that he had to pen this letter to her.
But he didn't have a pen, speaking of, so he had to do it in his phone.
Right. So now you see a clip of Darcy just putting more and more makeup on.
I love her. She's so nervous and unhappy, and
I know.
To be
So
Darcy.
he said that Jesse took a toll on their relationship and he just wants to be friends. This was not the real letter.
Yeah, but I get that though, because she doesn't stop talking about Jesse.
Okay, but she never stopped talking about Jesse. They bonded over her
Jesse.
talking about Jesse. So
that's
please
true.
stop.
That's true.
So now we talk. This is also a really good part. We talk about Ash's seminar that he gives, and they make him rewatch it.
Oh, I have to tell you, I felt for him. He did.
I know.
That was rough.
On.
Yeah, he
Why'd
shouldn't
you do
have to
that to him?
relive that.
So Erica was like, well, I think that Ash was just unprepared. And she's right. She's absolutely right.
She is right. Listen, I said even then, I don't like the way that Avery just came at him 1 second after it was over. Give the guy a minute.
But also, he stole that entire speech off of some kind of YouTube video that a comedian did.
Yeah, he's not smart. He's not.
Definitely not. So now Stephanie's talking about her disease.
I'm so done with this girl and her trash friends.
And now her friend is talking over everyone. And she tells the girl to go F herself.
Yeah, but for no reason.
So they're like, okay, Heather, we're going to dismiss you.
Right. It's like, okay, bye,
kicked her
Heather.
out. That was funny.
Yeah, I'm glad, though. Good for Sean. I'm glad.
Well, Teddy's still barking through this entire thing.
I know, but he's just so cute.
So, and Stephanie's talking about how when she went with Erica to her parents' house to come out, She's like, I just went for support because I had to.
Right. It was basically like, well, I would be damned if I do and damned if I didn't.
Shut up,
It's like,
Stephanie.
what are you talking about? I thought this was the person you were in love with.
Please. So now we talk about Ed and Rose. And he asked, he's like, so did your sister and you have like a conspiracy against me with money? And she's like, no. Okay, but also I got to tell you, they're both full of it.
Yeah, they are both full of it. They are.
Because he said that she lied about never leaving her village. And then he says, this is a quote, God forbid I would have brought her to the U.S. She would have left me.
I don't think she would have left you because you brought her to the U.S. I would think she would have left you because you're a garbage person.
I think that she wouldn't have tried to stay with him, though.
I don't know. I think that it's like he would have brought her to the U.S. She would have had a better life. I mean, I don't think she was looking for somebody else.
No. Well, Darcy said that he's clowning everyone. And Ed talks about his neck, his disorder that he has.
Right. And he's been bullied, teased since the 5th grade. I get it. It's terrible. But I like that Darcy steps in and defends.
Mm-hmm. So now, Jerry O'Connell and Rebecca Romaine Stamos ask him a question about him taking a bath with his...
Right, would he consider a bubble bath with his father-in-law?
Right, so then Donnie Wahlberg and Jenny McCarthy asked Darcy if she would want to be with Tom again or Jesse. It's like, and then they're asking about Mayo hair. These celebrities are making fun of everyone.
I know, and they don't get it, though. They think it's, like, cool that these people are asking questions.
Well, Tom said that he's been reflecting during quarantine, and Darcy's been healing her heart.
So basically, they've been doing the same thing this whole time. There's all these. Darcy has been healing her heart for years now.
I know. Darcy has scar tissue. So now Sean's talking to David again. Yes. About Lana ghosting him.
Right.
He said that she only ghosted him once when she was 20 years old.
And she was scared. It's like, I thought he went to the Ukraine 4 times.
Okay, well, now they bring on his friend Jim, Dave, and Victoria. And David starts explaining what a K-1 visa is to everyone.
Do you think Victoria doesn't know that?
Victoria said that she's keeping him on the hook as a backup plan and that Lana gets a percentage of the money on the website. And David's like, no, you're wrong.
But I don't understand. What does he think the money goes to? Just all of it goes to the website?
It's the United States law.
Oh, well, yeah.
It goes to the judge. It goes to the judge.
Uh-huh. Okay. That's what I thought.
That's exactly what's going on. Guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. If you want to talk about it, come over to the group on Facebook and make sure if you want more content from us, go to patreon.com/trash talk podcast. Follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at 90 Day Podcast. And you can follow me, your host, Trixie Tuzini, on Instagram and Twitter. And you can go to tracycarnazzo.com for all of my other projects. Only in New York podcast we have so much fun. And then Noelle and I have another podcast called Teen Mom Trash Talk. Make sure you check that out. We also have magnets for sale at tracycarnazzo.com. Noelle, right. Where can we find you?
You can find me, Noe_bear810 on Instagram or at NoeGirl on Twitter.
Awesome. Guys, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.